Hello, sisters. Today we're going to be talking about the winter solstice and also deepening into a practice around how you can call in these energies at this time. And don't worry, if winter solstice was a couple of days ago, a week ago, the energy is still potent and alive. So you can do this ritual recording anytime you want. And also, you could do this ritual at any dark moon phase or even when you're bleeding, because this is all associated. This talk today is all about coming back into alignment with the seasonal influences, how we used to celebrate it in pagan times, and bringing our feminine essence back into who we are and waking the hell up. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Have you ever wondered what winter solstice is all about? What spring solstice, the equinoxes, all of those pagan festivals that used to happened around different times of the seasonal or life wheel. And this wheel of life is in the winter solstice, it is the shortest day and the longest night. It is associated with a dark moon phase of life of the year. It's also associated with menstruation time, that shedding of the old, and also the ability to dream into the new. If for a moment I can conceptualize this winter solstice for you by imagining the yin and yang symbol that everyone has seen, with the black and the white dot and the black dot and the white. The yin energy, the feminine, the deep, the dark, the mystery, the nurturing energy is the black energy. And so from summer solstice, where the darkness was born, or the darkness, the descent began from being utmost energy out in midsummer, woohoo, totally social, to the seed of, the seed of potential for slowing down, the seed of deepening into self starts to grow, and the yin energy starts to grow. And it's at this time that instead of sending all of our energy out to the out to the leaves of our trees and our flowers and our fruit, we start to come inward, and we start to retreat all of this energy inward towards our trunk and then down. So coming into the trunk in autumn time, which is our harvest time. And if you imagine the energy in a tree coming in towards the trunk, there's not as much energy to hold that fruit on the end of the branch. The fruit becomes ripe, and it's either picked for eating or falls to the ground to be decomposted and decaying, to give back to Mother Earth so that she can be replenished and renewed, so that when this time of deep winter, the shortest day and the longest night happens, there is so much happening deep within the earth, deep within your body. It is a time of rest, replenishment, restoring. It is that time when, if we actually give our time, if we give ourselves space and time to rest and restore at this time, like my teacher said, who is Jane Hardwick Collins from the School of Shamanic Womencraft, every new cycle sets us up, or sets the tone for the cycle to come. So this dark moon, it's the ending and the beginning, it's the death and the rebirth. Every month, the dark moon is that 3 days where we cannot see the moon at all. It's where in our bodies, if we're menstruating at this time, if we're in line with the moon, in our dark moon phase within our body, it's menstruation. And if you're no longer bleeding, it is the new moon. At this time in our bodies, the right and left hemisphere have this ability to work in unison. We have rational and emotional capabilities at the same time. We have the ability to go deep within, and it is a time where we're called to truly rest and dream. It's the unseen realm. It's that place where it's easier to go into self at this time of year, at that time of month, when we're bleeding, to be able to see what is it that hasn't worked for me in this last month, this last season, this last year. What is it when I am in my dark phase of the moon in my life, being crone medicine? Where is my wisdom that I have seen all the seasons of my life, and I'm coming into this wisdom energy that allows me to not give a shit about anyone or anything except my own deep internal process. And the deep internal process was honored in ancient times, where the crones were the women who would be the ones that we seek counsel from. They would be the ones to instill ethics and morals and true understanding of how the world worked to our children. This winter solstice time is a time where we get to weave a new dream. We get to release, to shed, to let go of anything that hasn't been working for us. As this little white dot in that big black space of the yin-yang symbol, that white dot, the light is birthed. In deep darkness, the light is birthed. And as we birth the light, we have this growing of days. The days start getting longer. Our energy starts to move a little bit more outwards. Instead of putting all of our energy into our roots, into our unconscious, into our deep body space, we get to start to maybe come out of our shell like a seed in the earth. In this deep winter phase, it's taking in the nourishment. It's starting to get some energy to awaken and to birth itself. And as we then come into the new moon phase, the time just after winter solstice, where we get to birth this first shoot of the seed, we start to set our intention for the next cycle forward. It's weaving the dream of who you want to be and who you don't want to be. It's unbecoming all of the old conditioning. This is the time of the dark goddess. And if you followed any of the myths, the myth of Inanna, where she was stripped bare at the 7 gates on her way down to see her sister, the goddess of the underworld, Ishkadal. She was stripped bare, bowing naked, and had nothing but her pureness of self to arrive into. So in this time of the winter solstice, the dark moon phase of our year, you get to step into the void. You get to notice more the spaces in between, the spaces in between the breaths. This is the death and rebirth portal. It's where we get to the fruits have all decayed. The seed is taking in all the nourishment, but it hasn't yet birthed its first shoots out into the light. But it knows its destiny. It gets to feel into and know exactly what it means to become what it's meant to be. Each and every one of us have a destiny seed within us. We have a seed of potential that we came into this world to become. And as women every month, as humans every year, we get to feel into these spaces of deep replenishment, deep unbecoming, deep resetting and restoring. Because when we give ourselves the chance to rest, restore, replenish, take in the nourishment, and dream into this void and allow, we're not quite sure exactly what we're dreaming into, but we have the ability to be able to be in the spaces in between. So today I wanted to take you on a journey of dreaming, weaving the dream of your next cycle. This dream may not be completely known to you yet, but in this unbecoming, before or after doing this ritual, if you're listening to this podcast while you are driving a car, you can you can listen but stay completely focused on where you're at. Or better still, pause and come back later when you have some space and time to be able to feel into this ritual. Before you do this ritual, or even after, I would suggest beforehand, if possible, get yourself a piece of scrap paper, get yourself a heat-proof burning bowl, use your kitchen sink, use the exhaust fan, go out into the garden where it is safe to burn something. If fire doesn't resonate with you, or there is for some reason why you cannot use fire, you can use your piece of paper and write everything you want to release, everything that you need, and declare to yourself that you no longer need to carry into the next chapter of your life. Write it all out on a piece of paper. Write it down and truly make a declaration to self that I release all that is no longer serving me, all that I know that is not serving me, and list it. And I also release the parts of me that are unseen, that are not serving my highest potential. I release the attachments of all other people and all other situations and experiences that I have been carrying that do not serve my greatest good, that do not help me step into the next greatest, most potent version of myself. Write all this down on a piece of paper. Write everything down. I release, I let go, I shed, I shred all that I no longer need to carry. You can write it down exactly what it is, but there will be some unknown parts of you that also need to be released. Make sure you write, I ask my guides, God, Mother Earth, Great Spirit, my higher self, to also assist in the release of that which I cannot see that needs to be released. You can rip up this piece of paper once you've written on it and bury it in the garden. You can write it on toilet paper and flush it down the toilet. You can burn it. I am a burner. I burn everything because burning is transmutation. It doesn't mean something is gone forever. It means that it is transformed. And when we release, we're making space for things that are able to come into our life to come in because we've shedded that which we do not need. So today, this ritual is called Weaving the Dream. And as we weave the dream, we surrender into the unknown. We drop into the mystery. And if you've ever been outside during the month on the dark moon, if you come outside in Australia right now in the winter solstice, the southern hemisphere, there are more stars. There seems to be more stars in the sky because it's the great unknown, the mystery. So as we journey into this ritual today, I suggest getting yourself into a beautiful space where you can be undisturbed for a little while. And start to make yourself comfortable. Start to focus on your breathing, dropping into the body. You can do this sitting up or lying down. You may even have the urge to stand. But being winter solstice, this is a nourishing time. This is a quiet, deep portal of energy that allows you to relax into something. So sitting or lying down, making yourself comfortable, and simply allowing yourself to notice your breath. And by doing so, you're coming out of the mind and dropping into the body. By doing so, by focusing on your breathing and just letting it come in and out in its own natural way, you are able to let the mind go and reset, restore the nervous system and bring yourself into relaxation. And if it feels right to do so, I invite you to deepen and slow the breath slightly without forcing it in any way. Just allow yourself to deepen and slow the breath to really help invoke that relaxation response, the opposite of the stress response. Deepening, slowing the breath is a way of coming into self simply and easily. And as you do so, as you drop into this state of relaxation with each and every in-breath, you're breathing in nourishment, support, and unconditional love from Mother Earth and the Universal Divine. And as you breathe out, you're releasing, surrendering, letting go even further. And as you do, you feel yourself, wherever your feet or body are connected to Mother Earth, you feel yourself surrendering into her embrace, being held by the Great Mother. This is also Cancer time, the Winter Solstice. It's a time of returning home. But home is a place within ourselves. And the Great Mother, Gaia, Nanjina, Mother Earth, is that place of deep rest and nourishment. And imagine, see, sense, or feel yourself in the most beautiful place in nature that you've ever been, using your breath to surrender and relax, to deepen into being held and supported, to deepen into relaxing, restoring. And with your next out breath, you start to feel the shape and features of your physical body becoming less sharp, becoming less defined. As you breathe in the energy of this winter solstice, of the nourishment and energy that's available in the deep darkness of yourself, in the deep darkness of the earth. And you start to become energy. Your body dissolves completely and you are energy. Like a seed. You have this energy and this knowing of a destiny in which you have been put on this earth to fulfill, to become. You have this deep sense of knowing your purpose without needing to know the detail or how you will get there or why or any stories, but just feeling into the destiny, like a rose seed is destined to be a rose, an acorn destined to be an oak tree. This seed of destiny you are, you hold within. You're feeling yourself in this energy body, one with all, everything that was, everything that is, and everything that will be. And you're sitting or lying in this beautiful place in nature, and you start to feel your energy merging with that of Mother Earth beneath you, knowing that you are Mother Earth, part of her vibration, part of her being. And you look up to the beautiful starry sky, and you become one with the stars. one with the cosmos, one with the earth. Your heart explodes with this deep sense of belonging and connection, in this deep state of rest. And in this deep state of rest, you feel, see, sense, or imagine the darkness, the mystery surrounding you, both from the cosmos in the stars and from the earth and body of Mother Earth. And you start to feel this seed, this tangible, energy-based seed starting to emerge within your energy. And this seed may be the shape of a seed, maybe an energy body, a thread, because your thread is part of this universe, it is part of this earth, it is part of all that is. You belong to all that is because of your beautiful thread in this tapestry called life, existence. And this seed feels like it is being birthed from you, the seed of your destiny. And you imagine, see, sense, or feel yourself taking this seed from your body, being birthed, maybe through the birth canal, maybe through your energy in some way. Allow yourself to feel, see, sense, imagine your seed of destiny, your potential being birthed as you are being held in deep surrender to pure consciousness and Mother Earth themselves. You are pure consciousness and Mother Earth. And this seed is born, and you blow it into the ether, into the earth, into the thread and the fabric and the tapestry of all that is, not knowing or needing to know what is within this seed. But you might have an inkling, you might have a knowing. But just sit in this state of allowing your potential to be birthed and offered to the universe, to Mother Earth, for it to nourish and provide strength and energy from which it will grow and prosper. You are birthing your light. In the darkness, the light is born. The light within you can now, from this moment, grow as you give yourself permission over the next day, week, or so to truly rest in this knowing that by resting in this space, you set the tone for the rest of this cycle, for the rest of this year. And as 6 months turn around and you come to summer solstice, this may be the time where you truly get an idea of what this seed is here to show you. Really, really feel, take in the energy of being so deeply connected, so deeply held. This state of surrender, of no mind, no body, no pain, no tension, no spiraling thoughts. You are one with all and you belong exactly where you are. You may even get a sense or feeling of all that you have released before this ritual. And if you have not had time to release before this ritual, do so now. You are an energy body, and as you come back into human form, you get to choose how you are remembered. You get to choose how you are put back together. So you might offer a prayer now to Mother Earth, to Father Sky, to the universal divine white light, to God, whatever you would like to call something greater than yourself. You offer a prayer. May I leave behind and have you heal all the parts of me that do not serve my greatest good. May I leave behind all that I am carrying that is not mine. May I leave behind the ancestral stories that are not serving my greatest good. May I leave behind the woundings that have been keeping me stuck and keeping me small. May I leave everything behind that will not help me step into this seed of destiny in which I am now birthing into the light. You already have within you everything you need. Our stories, our experiences, our memories, our beliefs, our habits and our behaviors sometimes stand in the way of allowing this true depth of self to come forth. This is your moment to shed it all, to let go. So use your out-breath. Use your energy body and trust that as you now start to deepen and slow this breath, with the breath life comes, and with the breath we die. So bring yourself back into breath and remember yourself. Put yourself back together in your physical body in a heightened, beautiful, relaxed and loving and loved state of being, with a deep knowing and sense that you are whole and exactly where you need to be in this deep state of surrender and rest, so you can birth your light. Taking a moment now, you might imagine, see, sense or feel yourself having your energy drawing back toward your physical body, drawing it in from Mother Earth, in from the universe. Still feeling connected, but coming back into physical form, back into sensual body, back into being. You might start to wiggle your fingers and toes, give your body a stretch. And as you come out of this beautiful state of having birthed your light into this world, you have time still to honor and celebrate this winter phase in the Southern Hemisphere. Pay attention to your dreams. Shed and burn and do as many letting go rituals as you need to. But most importantly, rest in deep surrender to just being. And in this moment in time, the water energies of Cancer and the earth energies of Capricorn are asking us to feel into the depths of who we are, to journal and to reflect. How can I bring more of a state of peace and relaxation into my life on a day-to-day basis? Who am I? And that seed of light that you have birthed, with the help of the energies that are greater than you, but you are part of and one with, you get to remember. So please pay attention to your dreams. Grow your roots right now into the earth. This is the time of rooting down, grounding, anchoring, finding and discovering, creating ways where you can deepen into being throughout the entire cycle, so that you're not constantly doing all the time. To honor these seasonal changes through the wheel of life allows you to receive instead of giving all the time. It allows you to come into harmony and balance with all that you are, knowing that you already have within you everything you need. Sister, happy winter solstice. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. I am so delighted and honored that you are listening to this podcast. Make sure you hit subscribe so that you don't miss the next time I drop an episode, and talk shit and share the wisdom and offer ritual and ceremony, because fish swim, birds fly, humans do ceremony. And when we bring ritual and ceremony and even deep, deep understanding of how we can transform, instead of just piling more information into our brains and thinking things will change, but they won't, they don't. Being able to take all of the information you've gathered throughout your life and bring that into the ability to create massive transformation, so that you can step into more fully who you are and what you were born to be in this life. Not what you were born to do, but be. When we embody and start living in alignment with our true destiny, it's not like we're doing anything. It's just like things come easily, and people go, my gosh, how do you do that so easily? And you're like, I thought everyone could do that. Because this is your part of being. This is who you are. And when you be who you are, money will flow, energy will flow, the right people will come into your life. Abundance is your birthright. So, happy winter solstice. I am so honored that you are here. And just rest, renew, restore, dream in your new way of being. And I shall see you, hear you, you shall hear me in the next episode. Mwah!